The next tool is the workout generator. This was the first tool I ever developed. This is not AI. I made this based on my approach to fitness and structuring workouts. I created my own database with 1,500 plus exercises using all kind of equipment and all kind of different variations just to make sure there's something for everybody to use on this app. You get one example workout. This is good for people that are home gym users or they travel a lot for work where their gym environment's changing constantly. This takes into account what equipment you have and a bunch of other preferences like how long you want it to work, what style of workouts you want to do. This is good for anybody, no matter what you have at your disposal, whether it's a home gym with 2 dumbbells or you're at LA Fitness by yourself and there's no limitations on what you can use. You go through and choose all those, you hit submit, right there on the screen, your workout's generated. It gives you sets, reps, rest times, what styles you need to do, links to go watch videos for tutorials, and it gives you all the way every set, every rep, everything you need for your workout based on what you have. Another cool feature of this workout generator, like I showed you earlier, it takes into account all the different types of equipment you have. And the list is pretty big, it's pretty comprehensive, so it can take a while. If you have a set gym or few couple of gyms and they have different sets of equipment available at each disposal, you can save each gym the equipment's preset on your profile. So for example, if I don't want to go through and click all that equipment, I have my home gym saved. So you hit home gym, and based on how you set it, it'll populate the equipment that you have already in the list. You don't have to go through and click. You can have as many gyms as you want in your profile for as many common locations as you go. All right, this tool is the macro meal tool. Say you have one specific meal and you have a few select ingredients you want to use, but you don't know how much of each to use to hit the goals for that meal. At the beginning of the day, it's kind of fair game. You kind of put in whatever you eat, and it doesn't really matter too much because you have a lot of wiggle room at the beginning. But as you get closer to the end of the day, that window gets smaller for you. You got to get a little more scientific with what you make. I need 6 ounces of this to do that. I need this and whatever. This tool takes whatever you want for that meal, whether it's macro-based or calorie-based, and a short list of ingredients of what you want to make it with. It tells you exactly what portions to use and what you can make to hit that goal for that last meal, instead of sitting down and doing all this math and science trying to figure out what you got to do. Say, for example, I have one more meal left in my day. I need 40 grams of protein, 40 grams of carb, 15 grams of fat. I got a sweet tooth, it's late at night. I want to do Greek yogurt, peanut butter, whey protein, chocolate chips, and bananas. You submit that, it'll give you 3 different options of things you can make with those ingredients to hit that final meal goal. First meal is a peanut butter banana protein smoothie, protein packed Greek yogurt parfait, or a protein chocolate banana bowl. It'll tell you the ingredients, how much of each of those things to add in there, the instructions on how to make it, and the approximate macronutrients if you use that exact recipe. You have one meal you want to do and you know what you want to eat, but you don't know what to do with it. This tool is there for you. This tool is the restaurant helper tool. This one's really helpful, especially for flexible dieting, for people that don't have the resources or time to cook all the time and meal prep. A lot of people make the excuse that I can't eat healthy because I have to eat out all the time, and it's just not an option. It is an option, you just don't know what to order correctly at the right places. You have one meal, you have either a calorie-based or macro-based that you want to hit for that meal. Then you put the name of the restaurant that you're eating at, and it'll tell you what you should order at that restaurant to hit that target. I want to hit some macros. I want 40 grams of protein, 40 grams of carbs, 15 grams of fat. Hey, I'm going to eat at Jim and Nick's barbecue. And on the screen, it'll put 3 different options that you can order at Jim and Nick's to hit as close to those goals as possible. And it'll kind of tell you some general tips, things to ask for, dressing on the side, or cook it this way, cook it that way. And it'll tell you what to order as your main dish, as your sides, and everything. And it'll tell you kind of roughly what the macros are going to be for that meal. It's not going to be perfect, but it's a lot closer than what you would typically order if you go out to eat. It opens up a lot of flexibility for you to go out to eat with friends, but still hit your goals. All right, the next tool is the meal plan generator. If you want to get a couple days examples of a certain calories, whether you know how many calories you want or the calorie and macro suggestion tool told you, and you want a few examples of things you can do to hit those calories. So you eat 4 meals a day, you want 3 example days, don't want to eat the same thing every day. Your target calories per day, you want to aim for 2,500 calories and you want to be a high protein diet. You submit that, so for day 1 it'll give you, these 4 meals will help. If you do those exact 4 meals, you'll hit the calories and macros that you're aiming for. If any of those 3 days, if you do that 4 combinations of meal for that day, it'll give you the calories and macros you're looking for. For each meal, it kind of gives you an overview, picture of it, title of it, breakdown of the macros and calories, and if you click on the picture, it gives you a little brief instruction on how to make it. The next tool is the recipe generator. Say you don't want to go to the grocery store, you have some food in your pantry, but you don't know what to make, you want to make something healthy. Essentially add everything that you have in your pantry. It takes in proteins, carbs, vegetables, fruits, seasonings, dressings, everything that you have in your pantry, you input it in the tool. On your profile, you can save a pantry. Fill that out one time. So you have a list of things that are always in your pantry, and you just want to save that as your default pantry. You select which pantry that you have, and then it marks everything for you. So go through, you hit submit, and then on the screen, it'll output a couple of recipes that you can make based on what you have in your pantry. So you don't have to go shopping. For example, it'll give you a list of 9 or 10 meals, but this gives you the healthiest meals that you can make with what you have in your pantry at all times. Caloric suggestion tool, you want to use the app, but you don't know exactly what calories or macros you need to assign yourself in the app to hit your goals. This is a tool here that takes in industry standard and proven scientific formulas that take into consideration your age and your height and your weight. I even take it a step further and include what your body type is. You know, some people say, I eat so much and I can't gain weight. I don't eat anything and I can't lose weight. There's different body types that kind of explain that phenomenon. So at the bottom, there's an activity factor. So this pretty much explains what you do on a daily basis. So it gives the algorithm some kind of a guesstimation of how much you're going to burn on a daily basis. And this goes from little to no activity to very heavy exercise, you know, multiple times a day. You submit that, this gives your maintenance calories. Keep that in mind. If I want to maintain weight with my lifestyle, I have to eat roughly 2,800 calories. If I want to lose weight, obviously you drop that number. If you want to gain muscle or gain weight, you up that number. The exact number varies heavily. It's very complicated and scientific. So this is just a guess baseline based on, you know, scientific data. So take that with a grain of salt. But if you have no clue where to start, this gives you a good starting point and a good target to aim for, and you can adjust accordingly after that.